Hello, everybody. So, today marks the second day of what looks like to be an all-out war in Israel. Just as a background, I was an IDF officer for several years. Like everyone else, I have never seen anything even close to that. This is one of the worst days in Israel's history. It would take a long time to understand what has happened and how Israel and the IDF were caught so off guard. As of now, there are over 300 dead in Israel and 1,500 wounded, and several hundreds that have been kidnapped by Hamas and are currently in Gaza. And I'm talking about women, children, elderly people who were forcefully carried out of their home into Gaza by Hamas terrorists. It's very important to note that today looks exactly what would have happened if Israel was to release the blockade on Gaza. Make no mistake, this day is Hamas's wet dream. This is the rosiest outcome Hamas could ever have asked for. And by the way, it's not just Hamas, it's Hamas and the Palestinian authorities. They say it, they write about it, they put it in their charter. This is exactly the best outcome they have aspired to. And it is important to understand that. And here are a few examples. So when you look into Hamas's charter, you see the following. In a preamble, it says, Israel will exist and will continue to exist until Islam will obliterate it. Or maybe Article 15. In the face of the Jews' usurpation, it is compulsory that the banner of jihad be raised. Or Article 7. The day of judgment will not come until Muslims fight Jews and kill them. Then the Jews will hide behind the trees and the rocks, and the trees will cry out, O Muslim, there is a Jew hiding behind me. Come and kill them. From today's testimonies, we understand that this is exactly what happened. Literally, people hiding in the bushes between the trees, trying to save themselves, and are being butchered by these animals. But the PLO have a very similar rhetoric. So to give an example, PLO Charter, Article 9, armed struggle is the only way to liberate Palestine. It is the overall strategy, not merely a tactical phase. Article 15, the liberation of Palestine from an Arab viewpoint is a national duty, and it attempts to repel the Zionist imperialist aggression against the Arab homeland and aims to eliminate Zionism in Palestine. What does exactly eliminating Zionism in Palestine mean? Because I think today we have a better understanding of what it looks like. It looks exactly like that. Anyone who is trying to draw a more equivalence between Israel and the Palestinians need to ask themselves some really tough questions. How come Israel did not flatten Gaza? How come Gaza is still standing? How come people there are still alive? Does Israel have no means to destroy it? To obliterate it completely? It does. It has the most powerful military in the region and one of the most powerful militaries and most sophisticated one in the world. Why don't they do that? And what happens if Israel just open its borders, remove the blockade from Gaza, and just let everyone in the name of human rights? Well, we saw exactly what happens. Not that it comes as a surprise to anyone, or should, but today was a brutal demonstration of what it looks like. When given the opportunity, Hamas and the Palestinian authorities would do exactly what they have said they'll do. Since their founding, they would obliterate Israel, kill all the Jews. When I was in officer training school, I remember our school commander once asked us a question. What do you think would happen if the IDF just shut down its doors for 24 hours? They abandoned all positions. What would happen? Well, today we saw exactly what happens. You have animals walking into people's houses, trying to burn them alive and kill them execution style, point blank. This is what happens. And if you still try to draw a more equivalence between the Israeli leadership and the Palestinian ones, then you are doing it completely wrong and you refuse to face the facts.